couple more maybe? This is called The God's Own Privilege. And begins with an epigraph from great Chester Burnett. Some of you might know as Howlin' Wolf. Oh, don't you hear me cry? Orion boldly strides the southern sky and walks the darkened sea. Lydia, in troubled year to learn the spider's art, hidden in peril, safe in perdition's tangles, a boasting penitence. Is less punishment than polishing. There are worse tortures than minute memories, brightly vanishing into a golden dusk, tie-dyed and swirling to the grateful dead. I sit, pencil in hand, tangled in 30 feet of tape, respooling the cassette, twirling and straightening, rewinding songs I already know. Shadows of lava lights, syncopated dance of golden palms, methadrine gospel breakdown, echoes of Lydian song. Would there be thunderbolts? Would there be lightning? The long, slow freight with its careening lamp, a ponderous rumble following pathway of the spark, going on 300-400 miles. Remembering thin nights in Colorado, the night we lay on the banks of the same river, afraid to go in. Would there be lightning? Would the next step take us vanishing into the pearl gray sky? The would-be thunder waits each corner of the sky. Lydia, I learned to touch you soft as you touched her, as you touched me. Lydia, like a slip of light at the edge of an opening door, trying to keep the quietness in. Inside the day that folds overnight, holding tightly a scarf of starlight, moving towards the pool of the spectre. Dazzling motels on old postcards, red light begins to harden, waiting to shatter like a vase, priceless only in memory, gone rigid in a clumsy kitten's path. Lydia, how you touch me without touching. It's the light from each of us, blending, heat. Lydia softens. And so the string of lights, invisible but imagined unbroken, between the pointed appearances of Lydia, brilliant gold hieroglyphs around your waist, glimmering and bright, then twirl into the darkness again, or the flat, untroubled foil of afternoon. Lydia, your strobe-like attention, eagling beams and vanishings like money that outshine the moon, as is a muted man disguised in curbstone wisdom, treasured vestiges of light and foreign lifetimes, the light that merely waits and reappears, the spark of knowing what it looks like already, so the photograph does not disappoint you. Lydia, the light that merely waits was not guardian or guide. Isis, a spin inside the Zydeco, if there are worlds traveled and the words collected. And let me end with this one. This also is a true story. In fact, the names aren't even changed. And it's actually inspired by the old ballads. And the ballads are great, ballads are really great because they're about ordinary people doing really messed up things, And then they get into these ballads and their infamy lives forever, right? And I like the modern ballads too. Gwendolyn Brooks wrote some magnificent ballads, really magnificent ballads. But anyway, this is a ballad. It's called Souvenir of the Manasseh Ball. In truth, Cordelia was a scorpion in blue. She called her divorce Independence Day. She You could hear the bombs bursting in air. She marched out like a majorette and kicked her heels and cut her hair. Pantomime quiz became the rage at every party. We danced around each slight and frown. 1,000 brazen peers of us rang in the city's chandeliers. We stung our way out of society, then out of town. We found a charming cottage in a nice suburb of hell. Our tryst brought misspelled death threats to her door. A Barbie doll hung in a shoelace noose, 10-penny nail driven between his legs. But passion shields its servants from all harm, and her ex's wages kept the cottage warm. So, having stole the bride, too late I knew a misdirected Lochinvar is hard to assign victimhood or know who conquered who. She tied my ties and combed my hair. I cooked for her and read her books. Sometimes I was her splendid toy, sometimes her sword. And every moment thrilled our flesh with madness.